Hello AOS fans, Robin here, and I'm just running through the deck for Peeps of Mine's forthcoming game that you guys requested for the Fyreslayers against the Garrick's Reavers. So this is my Fyreslayer deck. So we'll start with the objectives, and a claim retaken, a Fyreslayer objective. Basically, if you can move somebody off an objective and claim it, you get 2 glory, so that one's pretty good. So we start with a claim retaken. Fjul Grimnir, score this immediately if your leader takes out an enemy fighter out of action. I'm hoping he can do that this time rather than being killed before he does that, as happened in my first game. Unstoppable Advance, the Fyreslayers version of Conquest, but can be scored in any round, so that's pretty good. I like Unstoppable Advance. Alone in the Darkness. Well, I'm testing this card out all the time at the moment, keeping everybody separate, scoring 2 glory. That's my new secret formula. Whether it's any good or not, we'll find out after these few games that we've got coming up, because it's in all my decks, as you'll see soon. Then Conquest, the non-Fyreslayer version of Conquest, is in there. That is a 3rd invite only card, so clearly you can see my tactic is to drive the Fyreslayers into Pete's half of the board and stay there. Divide and Conquer I've got because the Fyreslayers are quite slow, so there's a good chance that some of them will get left behind. So I think there's a reasonable chance of scoring Divide and Conquer in these games. Escalation, great card, just needs 3 upgrade cards played during an action phase, so I really like that one. Master of War, similarly, a ploy, an upgrade, and an objective to be scored. That's a good card to have. Plant a Standard. Grimnir does like to get into the opposing half, and he's got some cards which means you can move pretty swiftly, so I'm hoping to plant a standard on one of Pete's objectives in his half. Ploy Master, my backup emergency card, which I'm becoming less and less in love with actually the more I play, but it can be handy to get an all-important glory to kickstart things. Supremacy can be tough with the Fyreslayers, but also, you know, your objectives are, if you're focusing on objectives, so there's a reasonable chance you may score it. And Swift Advance goes with the Conquest and the Unstoppable Advance of getting in your opponent's half. So they're my objectives. Going on to the upgrades. Activated Runes is pretty good. It's a Fyreslayer version of Awakened Weapon and allows you to reroll a dice when attacking, so that's in there. Grimnir's Fortitude, a special +1 Fortitude for +1 defense rather for Grimnir. I did find that Grimnir, all of them struggled a little bit for defensive capabilities when playing the Oryx. They only have 1 dice and they were a bit fragile, so that's in there to boost him. So there's Grimnir's Speed, gives him +2 speed to help get him into the other half and onto those all-important objectives in the other half. Demonic Weapon, I think, could be handy for the less robust Fyreslayers. Great Fortitude, 389, Great Fortitude, that's a good card. It helps that defensive bonus. Great Strength, also helpful to help do extra damage. Got Light Armour, I know I'm saying that they weren't very well armoured, but Light Armour for extra attacking capability. I do like that card for extra attacking capability. Shade Glass Darts for helping move people off of objectives, and Soul Trap again to help try and keep Grimnir alive if he can get on Grimnir, and then Sprinter, which is basically +1 speed for the Fyreslayers, again to help get them into my opponent's half. Along with that, I have some ploys. I have the Earth Shakes, that enables me to either move my opponent or my own men, so it's kind of like a cross between distraction and sidestep in one card. And it's a Fyreslayer only card, so it's quite handy. Treasure Lust gives extra movement when chasing after those objectives. Gold Boon is the healing potion equivalent for Fyreslayers. Confusion is Confusion. Jewel of Wits, because I have 22 power cards in my deck. Earthquake, to undo other people's earthquakes if they try and move me off my objectives. Illusory Fighter, to pop up either next to a objective if I want to catch it, or pop up near the opponent's half to help sneak in to catch those conquests. Misdirection, to help protect against being moved off objectives before I'm inspired. Ready for Action, extra action can be very useful to help A, move into the opponent's half, or B, hit somebody hard. Shifting Shards, to help me be if I get moved off an objective, to help myself move back onto it, or maybe to help if I can't quite reach it, just to shift on one to get to it, or shift it towards me one to get onto it. Tantalising Pride, another great card for helping fast movement, getting into my opponent's half, because I can move extra movement spaces and then get on an objective. So that's my Ploy cards for this Fyreslayers deck, and we'll see how it goes. The first experiment with the Fyreslayers wasn't that successful, and we'll see how we go with this one. So there you go. Thank you. I hope that was useful. Let's see how it plays out in the forthcoming battle.